Hey y'all, Farmer Dre back at it. It's another beautiful Monday morning here on the farm, but I want to thank everybody for stopping by. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, go and smash that like button. Guys, enjoy today's video. It's a busy day planned. We got Adrian and Isaac. They are going to some cider deliveries, and then I got the good old Cummins turbo diesel. Now I'm just gonna pick up our high tunnel from Morgan County. They called us last week and told us that it's finished. So I guess you guys are coming along with me on a road trip. Alrighty, sorry I'm making good time here. I'm just about ready to get there. But as I'm driving here, thinking of ideas to talk to you guys about, and I guess I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you guys about the NRCS High Tunnel Equip program on my part of it. And I was thinking about having the specialist that helped us out with our tunnels come out and interview him on the channel here, but I know he's super busy, so I don't want to get him. I mean, I might email and talk to him, see his part of the program, but I'm going to talk to you guys about our side of the program and how it get accepted and how that works out. So the NRCS, the National Conservation Service Agency, they've been around for quite some time, about the mid 1900s, I believe, and they are just trying to conserve the natural habitat, natural conservation of the land as much as possible. And in our area, there's a lot of grazing, a lot of cow-calf production. I think Missouri is either third or fourth in the country of cow-calf pairs. So they help out a lot of farmers with their grazing systems, having enough, like they do a lot of different grazing, rotational grazing and stuff like that. I'm trying to pay attention to the road here and drive at the same time, you know. But they a lot of rotational grazing. They help out with systems and a fence system, a watering system, watersheds. There's a lot of different stuff. And another part of the program, the NRCS High Tunnel Equip program, another part of the program is the High Tunnel Equip program. And with the Equip program, with the high tunnels, it helps conserve the soil inside the high tunnel. And I'm not exactly how that really works out, but I know there's money available for every county. And since we're in Southwest Missouri, you know, there's quite a bit of, like I said, the cow-calf operations, but there's not really that many specialty crop farms or farmers market farms, however you want to call them. So in our area, they have a certain amount of money that they gotta spend every year in a certain county, and if they don't spend that money, then it goes back to the NRCS. Anyway, so if they don't spend that money, it goes back to the NRCS and they use it in different programs. And I know if you're a row crop farmer, you have, you know, they help out with cover crops and stuff like that. I mean, it's really diversified. But in our portion of it with the high tunnels, they're here to support small farmers and help small farmers conserve as much land as possible and to make that in production in a safe production system. So that's kind of just a summary of it. It goes in real heavy detail, but like I said, I haven't really gone too far into it, and I don't want to say something that's completely wrong. So the way it works for us, you know, since we are an existing farm and we are growing and we do have a business, for us to get a high tunnel grant was a whole lot easier at first because we've already had a business, a growing system. So if you're a first-time farmer applying for a high tunnel equip grant on a commercial scale, there's different levels, but this is our part of it. We have to have been growing stuff in our garden or on the property for the previous years, because whenever you fill out the application, it says, okay, what have you grown in the last 3 years for you to rank higher in the system. And it's all by ranking and stuff. I mean, maybe I should just have our specialists come out on the channel and talk to you guys about it, because I just feel like I'm confusing you guys right now. But a different ranking system and stuff. So the more bullet points you can fill out. So if you are if you have a business, if you have a farm, if you have somewhere to sell a product, if you've been growing produce or product for many years, previous years before, then you rank higher. And then in our county, they give a certain amount of money, and all the farmers or people who apply for the grant, if they have, you know, if it depends how much money they get and how many applicants they have, then they go ahead and approve you or not approve you. And I know since this whole COVID thing hit this season, so the new applications from last year and this year, they're only approving commercial farmers or farmers who have a business already. And with the NRCS High Tunnel Equip grant, so let's say there was only 5 or 6 farmers who did apply, and the rest of the applications are from like homesteaders and home gardeners. Then if there was that budget still available, the NRCS would give those home gardeners or the homesteaders the extra money, the extra funds, would approve them for a High Tunnel Equip grant. But this year, only the existing farmers do have will get a high tunnel with, if they do get accepted in the grant system. So it gets complicated. There's many variants, but on our part of it, that's all the understanding that I have. And at the end of the day, they're just trying to help us out. They're just so I am currently editing this video, and I just realized how big of a dingleberry I am. I should have realized that my microphone was hitting the windshield the entire time and the audio would suck. But hey, whenever you're driving, I mean, on the bright side, also pay attention to the road and not too much to the camera. But if you guys, don't want to listen to the rest of this video because the audio is terrible, just go ahead and send me an email at realfarmerdre@gmail.com, and I'll put out a list of the stuff you need to do and how the program works in more detail. Once again, I want to apologize for the audio. The video, I mean, I get into more detail and stuff. But, if you don't mind the sound, continue listening. But if not, like I said, shoot me an email at realfarmerdre.com and or realfarmerdre@gmail.com. And we'll get it figured out. Just trying to, help out the small farmers to expand the growing season a month earlier in the fall and early in the spring. So a high tunnel is basically just a 3-season tunnel, but a lot of farmers do use them as 4 seasons in our area. So how it works for us, the farmers, so you do get accepted for the grant, and the money's there. They save that money for you, for the farmer, and they pay by the square footage of the building itself. And then in certain counties they have different caps and stuff on how much you can give. But the way it works is the farmer has to order the tunnel, buy the tunnel, install the tunnel out of his own money. And whenever it's completely finished and installed, then the NRCS guys, they come out to the farm, they inspect your tunnel, they look at it, see if it follows all the qualifications and follows all the rules and whatnot. And then if they do accept it, then they go ahead and reimburse you the money back up to a certain amount. So like I said, all by square footage is all by every county. So the way you could go get a High Tunnel Equipped grant is go to your local NRCS office and ask for the High Tunnel Equipped program, and they're going to give you a bunch of paperwork you got to fill out. They got to see your tax returns and stuff like that, because if you make more than a certain amount of money per year, you're not going to get accepted for the Equip program. So it's just a lot of variants and stuff. So they do got to go search through your files and see that if you're applicable for the application. So I mean, the best way for you is just go to your local NRCS office and ask for the High Tunnel Equip program, and then they should help you out. They're really nice people. I mean, they're there for the farmers, to help out the farmers. That's why the NRCS was built in the beginning from, I should probably know this because I studied all this in school, but I forgot. But they're there to help out the farmers, and it's for the farmers to help out conserve more property, more land, and get that under production. Anyway, so that is my knowledge of how that program works, and I guarantee you on them, and I'm sure that there's more things to it that I don't know, because all we do is our end of it. We sign papers, do all the paperwork, and then the NRCS does the rest of it to get us applied. And if we have any questions or anything, I just give them a call, and they answer them right on the spot. And if you're questioning how the program works, there are people there to answer those kind of questions. So I just we're using the program. This is the tunnel I'm picking up today is a 3rd tunnel we're putting up on our farm through the NRCS High Tunnel Equip grant. So there is a certain limit to how many tunnels you get. So you're still considered a beginner farmer for the first 10 years of the lifetime of the application. So the first time you apply, then you're a first-time farmer for the first 10 years. And then after that, you can continue on applying for the High Tunnel Equip grants, but then they just don't give you as much money back in return from the grant, from the available money they have, because you're an existing farmer. So, like I said, the program is there for the farmers, to help out the farmers, to help conserve the soil, to help build, a better tomorrow. Because, like I mentioned in all my other videos, we're not building any more land. I mean, we're not growing any more land. It takes hundreds and hundreds of years to grow an inch of soil. So we got to be as sustainable and as efficient as possible. and as effective with the land we do have, and try to conserve as much soil, and just help out with the soil biology, soil health. And that's why they're there for, is to educate you and to help you out to make your farm as sustainable as possible. Like I mentioned, if you want to apply for a high ton equip grant, just go ahead and go to your local NRCS office and they should hook you up. Now I just realized that my microphone here has been hitting the dashboard the entire time, so if it's a little bouncy, I'm sorry. I'm driving on these country roads here, trying to get to the place where I'm going. So I'm out here, and by the time I went inside and paid for everything and talked to them a while, they were already loaded up the trailer. I was going to film the entire portion of it, but when I look out the window out of the store there, they already had the trailer loaded up. And then one thing we did buy this year is, for a high ton number one, we went ahead and bought a propane heater. It's a 200,000 BTU heater, and just to keep that night temperature a little higher. And we do have a wood stove. We're going to continue using that wood stove, but in the later hours of the night, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, even towards the morning portion of it, I don't have to wake up anymore and put more wood on the fire, because you pretty much have to sleep in the tunnel there to get to keep those temperatures up like that. But that's what about that propane heater there. But I'm gonna go ahead and step out of the car here and show you guys what the tunnel looks like. So this is the heater right here, everything's strapped on nicely. And then we got the doors. We got 4 metal doors here. We got the bows, we got the plastic, the hip, the actual sidewalls there. Everything is, we buy all our metal from here. We buy our lumber from somewhere else. But this is how a whole tunnel looks in here without being installed. Now it's time to head back home. I got the full load of tunnel here. Bought some extra little knickknacks and whatnot that we need on the farm. But look how much equipment and stuff they have over here. All kinds of stuff. And they got more high tunnels and whatnot. They got some more stuff over there. So all kinds of cool stuff, all kinds of good stuff. The only thing I don't like coming out here so far is, the drive's alright, but then this 1 mile road that hits to the main highway, it's gravel because they are in, I'm not sure if they're Mennonite or Amish, but the roads are pretty rough, so that's the only thing I'd complain about. Other than that, it's quite nice coming out here, seeing the diversity of agriculture. And I'll try to capture some of the farms, because they do have one of the biggest, they do have in this area here, they have the biggest produce auction in Missouri, and there's about 100 growers in this area that grow for the produce auction and whatnot. But yeah, as I drive by, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some of those.